pretty much perfected the art of incubating businesses. Alpha Lab and Alpha Lab Gear, for example, are recognized as national models for tech-based entrepreneurship. And the new Nova Place is taking tech-based incubation to a whole new level at Allegheny Center on Pittsburgh's north side. So if it works for hardware and software, well, why not food? Well, that's the idea behind Smallman Galley, a brand new business in Pittsburgh's Strip District that incubates 4 new restaurants at a time. Ben Mantica is co-owner and co-founder of Smallman Galley, as is Tyler Benson. And welcome. Good to have you guys back.
Thanks, Bill. Thank you, Bill.
Yeah, so I think the last time we talked about this idea, it was more than an idea. You were moving toward finding chefs and putting them in this location in the Strip District. How's it gone? Where are you now in terms of this idea?
So far, so good. The chefs are really learning what it means to be a business owner, and so are we. We're learning as we go as well. But it's been fun. We've gotten a lot of good press, and Pittsburgh seems to love it.
That's great. Tyler, remind me and everybody what exactly the concept is behind this business?
Smallman Galley is a food hall and restaurant incubator in Pittsburgh Strip District. So we bring in 4 chefs. They run their own restaurant concepts in our space for a period of 18 months. And for the guest, it's a food hall experience. So guests can come in, they can order from any of the 4 restaurants. We have a full bar, full coffee bar. They can sit wherever they like to in the space. We seat about 200 people.
Okay, where'd you find the chefs? How did that process work?
So back in, actually about a year ago now, we opened applications on our website, and we had chefs from all over the country apply.
Really?
Yep, from all the way from Washington, D.C. to California. And one of our chefs is actually Stephen Eldridge. He's from Arizona, and he moved to Pittsburgh for this program. So we're actually looking to get ready and open up applications again towards the end of the summer. And we'll bring in our second class.
So do they leave after a time? They get a certain, I'm reminded of some of the stuff Innovation Works does with Alpha Lab. It's sort of you get 12 months of support and then you fly. Is it the same idea here?
Right. Yeah, so we provide infrastructure, we provide the business resources, training. We bring in community leaders from various fields to help them learn what the skills they need to learn before they leave. And then we help them find a site in the city, get financing, and set up their own shop.
Wow, so you're really going to advise them through the whole process of getting started in a location of their own.
Right, and that was the concept to bring it down to 4 chefs versus 10 or 20, so we could invest fully in 4 chefs and more of a boutique concept.
And what's in it for the chefs? Lowering the cost of starting a restaurant, I would assume, is the big thing, right?
Right, I mean, the chefs essentially came into Smallman Galley with 0 costs. Now the chefs are responsible for their kitchen staff and their food, but all the infrastructure we provide. So all the utilities, the front of the house staff, the support staff, all the marketing, everything like that, we do. And then, so really they can focus on building those business skills.
Wow, and as I recall, you both were in the Navy and you'd seen this concept overseas. Is this done elsewhere in the United States at all, or is this kind of new here in this country?
It's not being done in the way that we're doing it here in Pittsburgh. There are other food halls in the U.S. There's some very prominent food halls in New York, Chicago, San Francisco, even Washington, D.C. There are no food halls now that are combining the incubator element to it and actually providing those business resources and training to the chefs that they help.
So in those cases, it's the way they run their restaurant.
Sure.
They can lease space in a food hall with other restaurants, and it's kind of that concept. This is really the support piece.
Right.
So they don't have to invest, right? Doesn't cost them anything to get going. So how do you guys make money doing this? What's the business model here that works out for everybody?
Yeah, so we do, with each chef, we do revenue sharing. So the chef takes home 70% of sales to pay for their staff and their food, and we take 30% of each from each kitchen. We also fully own and operate the bar and coffee bar, and we also are an event space. So that's kind of how we generate our income.
Okay. And how's it been going, just in terms of the traffic you're driving, and how are people finding you?
It's been going great, Bill. The local press, we've been fortunate to have some great press.
Yeah, there's been some real buzz. I've been watching it in the local media. People are really beginning to pay attention to what's happening down there.
Yeah, I think so. And I think the chefs are just creating a great product. They're creating great food. Our bar manager, Will Groves, has done an excellent job setting up our bar program and running that program. And I think we have one of the more innovative bar programs in the city. And I think we have some of the best food in the city as well.
Well, we've got 4 different restaurant concepts. So what are they exactly? What are the 4 restaurants, and what kind of food do they serve?
Yeah, so Jacqueline Wardle, she is the owner of Josephine's Toast. And she does takes her fine dining background and puts it on everything on toast. So really kind of elaborate dishes, but the base of everything is toast. Rafael Vencio is the owner of Aubergine Bistro, and it's kind of a French and American bistro fusion. And Jessica Lewis is the owner of Carota Cafe, a vegetable-forward concept. And Stephen Eldridge is the owner of Provision, PGH, and kind of he has one of the best burgers in the city, as well as a lot of other kind of, he's from the Southwest, so there's a lot of feel from that, mixed with, he's from Chicago, all over the country, and he kind of puts that into his food.
Really, really cool. So you guys are entrepreneurs helping entrepreneurs. Only a few seconds left, but I got to ask you, what's the biggest thing you've learned so far in trying to make this concept a reality here in Pittsburgh?
I would say that I guess the biggest thing I've learned is the restaurant industry is a lot different than the military.
I have to second that.
You'll second that. All right.
That deserves.
I can only begin to imagine. So it's Smallman Galley. Do you have a website?
We do.
Smallmangalley.org.
Easy enough. All right. Hopefully people will check it out. Go down there and sample the food, and congratulations and continued success.
Thank you, Bill.
Yeah, absolutely. Next up, he's become the old hand in Pittsburgh's new restaurant scene. We'll meet the founder of Meat and Potatoes, among others, when our Regions Business returns. Stay with us.